Well, welcome back, everybody. I'm back at the workbench working on a locomotive. It's been a while. What I have here is a brand new Bachmann ON30. 28260 is the item number. This is a 042 Porter steam locomotive DCC painted unlettered maroon. It's a long name. Got this yesterday, and I've been running it on my ON30 layout. As I'm sure a lot of my viewers here know, I've been working on a lot lately, and I haven't been doing a whole lot of locomotive installs. But this guy right here, unlike some of my installs in the past, this one should be a little bit easier, because most Bachmann I have purchased in the past, we have to go way under the hood to dissect this thing, to get to the decoder, to get to the motor, and do all the hard wiring. Well, this one already comes with DCC installed. So I ran it on the track yesterday, running really good, but as I said, it has a Bachmann decoder in it. And when you get down to some lower speeds, it's not as steady. So what we're going to do with this locomotive, I took this decoder out of an existing locomotive of mine that wasn't running very well, and it needs some work with gears and stuff, and I haven't been running it at all. So last night, took it out. We have this decoder to work with. We have a speaker for sound. It's going to sound like a diesel locomotive. It won't sound like we'll have to change that sound later, but we're going to install this into here. Last night, I also took it apart. I looked at our schematic, and thankfully the decoder and all the wiring is right inside of here. And I figured out just how to do that. So I'll be right back and we'll get to it. So I did forget to mention, this is a bad decoder. I need to fix this decoder, but the decoder we have right here is exactly one of these. It is a Loksound 5 DCC. It comes, micro with the wires. It has a generic sound. The item number is 58823. So that's what we're looking at here, which should fit perfectly inside of this little coal tender here on the back. All right, let's take a look at this. So there are screws underneath this, and plenty of them. Unlike an even older Porter 040 that I have and did an install on, a lot of it was glued together. So you cannot imagine how pleasantly surprised I was to find out that there are two screws to take off this panel here on the tender. There's two screws here, and they're right under here, and literally that is all it takes to disconnect that little tender wall. So first thing I should have did, all right, let's get that back in there. So let's do these 4 screws. There are 4 screws right here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And all those do, let me get my smaller one, they loosen the cab walls and roof right out of there. I'm going to put these little guys off to the side in a little bowl I've got here. All right, and these are the bigger ones that go to the back. I have one here, and I'm still trying to get that other one out. But this will just pull right out now, very carefully. Just ever so slightly, slide it forward, and then it pulls up. It's a really neat way they did this. Okay, so now this is the first time I'm going in and looking at this area. I'll try to zoom in and see what we have down here. Definitely our series of wires, but what I want to do too, there we go, it's coming out now. I've done a lot of installs, and if I forget about a screw that's already loose and out, and forget about it, it's gone, it's lost. All right, so we now have access to this area. So now it's looking like, yeah, this has been kind of tied up and wound in there to make space. Now, yes, okay, but I need to get a little more space. So I did see in the schematic, yeah, so there's screws here. Let me just untangle these wires and I'll be back. Okay, so I couldn't get this pulled away. It's a bit tight, so I think the next logical solution is to actually unscrew this PCB board they've got going here. Still, once again, very, very nice design by Bachmann. I'm really digging it. Okay, so this will help me. Okay, we've got our other screws here. These are for the board. All right, let's put this aside. Now that's out of our way. Okay, we're back. I am going to desolder the existing wires on here from their decoder. A couple more to go. Okay, so that detaches this decoder. Now they have a schematic here that precisely tells me where each wire is to connect. So let's go left to right. Left to right. Pickup, track pickup is left. So let's get this guy on right here. Okay. Left pickup, motor positive. Using the orange here. All right, that one took well. Always be careful, these do not touch one another. Okay, let's get the blue common wire here. Okay, that's the positive for the light. So going left to right and continuing this way, next will be our front light. We don't have a rear light currently on this model. Motor negative goes right here. Okay. Track right. Okay, now that concludes our connections. So should not need a resistor for our light because I see them here already. All right, I'm going to take this onto the track and see if that's all we need to do. That would be great. All right, well, good news. Everything is working and functioning well. So let's get back to, let's close this up. Anyways, you know what I have to do here. So I have to get this panel back on this portion of the tender wall. So, okay, so I did this, in doing so, getting these screws in here, I should say, I had to pull the wires back So that's where we're at right now. Now this has to go this way, everybody. So we need to get everything in here carefully. And once again, I'm not sure about the speaker. But I think I can get all this in here like so. Okay, so I decided to disconnect the speaker and run the wires through the hole here underneath. It's probably there for a similar reason. I have some ideas. We'll see. First thing I got to do is screw this compartment back in. Oh, that's one. Grab the other screw here carefully. There we go. Okay, good. Good. All right, I didn't break anything yet, so that's good. Okie dokie. All right, now I went into my box of stuff and got a couple extra pieces of brown wire here, and we are going to connect these wires to go up and around. So here I am adding the extension wires on. I've soldered the longer ones to the shorter ones, and I'm just putting some shrink tubing on it. Carefully. Okay. Those who follow me here on YouTube know that this is my go-to adhesive without using glue. Let me back off and show you what it is. It is called this. Ooh-hoo putty is what I call it. And it comes in, I keep it in a bigger Ziploc bag because it's open so it doesn't dry out. This stuff doesn't dry out really. It's putty, and it's the best adhesive for putting adhesives in areas that you may have to go back and adjust someday. So my plan here with this is to get, now I only have one hand, and what I want to do is get it to lie flat back behind the coupler box. Okay, so far so good. You can see my brown wires coming in here, right here. So what I did was, okay, I used my putty. Looks like a mess, but it ain't going nowhere. Anyways, so wires come in through here from inside the tender box, travel back here away from the wheel set here, which I may have to make a minor adjustment to. It's hitting it a little, but when it's on the track, it doesn't hit it. Okay, so it travels back this way, and now you can see the wire. So because this hole, too small for two wires, I ran another one up a little hole here, okay? So this one snakes up behind, and we'll just bring it in over here next to this wire, and we'll connect our speaker wire and have our speaker sit right in there. Well, fantastic. Speaker's all hooked up, sound is working, no issues hitting the wires up underneath there. So next thing we'll do is we'll tuck all this in and get it in place here. Since we're dealing with some metal pieces, I'm going to wrap a piece of tape, electrical tape, around the speaker to muffle it just a little bit more, and that's it. Okay, so the best way I'm gonna get this to fit is right in here, like so. I put a little piece of tape on the back side, so the metal doesn't hurt anything. We put this guy right in like this. Okay, and then we slide it back a little into place. Carefully grab all our screws, and I'll put all 4 back in, and then I'll show you it on the layout. So here it is. Got her all set, looking good, all sealed up, and no damage. So going back to what we did here, we just ran the wires for the speaker and we tucked it right down in there, and look, can't even see it. All right, let's take it to the track and I'll show you how she's running. Well, here it is, running nice and slow. I'll slow it down a little more for you on here. But it's great. We grabbed an existing decoder out of another diesel engine that really didn't run very well, had some gear issues. So to save some money, I just took it out of that one and put it into this one and swapped out the decoder and pulled the speaker up into the cab area where you can't even see it to get the sound running. So yeah, that's it, you guys. I want to thank you again for joining me here on Wally's Model Railroading for another DCC decoder swap on this Bachmann Porter. Later.